Hey guys, Hello Bella here. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I do research for my merch by Amazon Designs, and this is an updated 2021 version. Today we're going to be using the Merch Informer tool, and what I will tell you about this tool is that I personally think that it is definitely worth the money. I do have a 20% off code that I will put in the comment section below, but with that being said, you don't necessarily need to have it. There are definitely other avenues of research that I use. Unfortunately, I am not willing to give away all of the ways that I do my research because a lot of it leads me to find some designs that work for me and sell for me. So I can't give you guys all the information, but I will say that this tool leads me to a lot of success. So just going over a baseline of my account, I'm on the 20,000 tier. I have 11,263 designs uploaded. I've only sold 1,504 of those products. Last month was 5,500. This month so far only 2,300. Should do around 3,000 this month. I have hit the $70,000 mark in royalties on my account, so so far, you know, it's performed much better than I ever believed that it would. But with that being said, let's get into how I find my designs. Alright, so I'm going to be using a paid tool called Merch Informer. Now this has all kinds of features, and if you go to the Merch Informer YouTube channel, you can find a ton of tutorials. The more you know about a particular tool, the more use that you can get out of it. So I highly recommend that if you are signing up for this, that the first thing you do before you start playing with it is to go watch some of the tutorials on the YouTube channel. So with that being said, we're going to go to product research. There are a lot of different features that you can go to, but the first one that I like to go to is movers and shakers. So this tool will tell you which ones are selling that are newly successful. All the shirts on this page have sold recently, and they've had a dip in rank, which means that they started selling better. So you'll see the average rank here is 328,000. You can select daily, weekly, or monthly. For this, I'm going to select daily, and today is June 20th, 2021, so these are the designs that have recently started trending. My mindset for this is not really to make this exact design, but to go in and see what is the style that is trending, what is the font choices, what are the topics, what is going on in the political climate? Is there anything that is happening in the world that I need to know about? This page here just makes it so much easier. You don't have to dig. You just go straight to this page and you can see things that are trending. So this just says mind your own business. I guess it's just like a quirky little sarcastic tee. And then we've got Happy Treason Day, Ungrateful Colonial. So that is like a 4th of July shirt. We've got Class of 2032. So already I would have not really thought about that at all. Best guitar chords ever, and I don't even know what that means. DAD, best dad ever. So it's guitar chords. We've got the graphic here. We've got more graphics in the middle. We've got a clean, simple font, masculine font, and we've got a really good design in my opinion. Latinas Change the World. This looks a little fuzzy to me. It might just be the thumbnail, but the font choice looks like it's not going to print that well on the shirt. I've had issues with that in the past, so that's kind of why I am aware of that. They use the keyword Latinx. And then we've got feminist, we've got power, Latina, Latinx. Price point here is $16.98. So what I might do for this is to go over to Amazon and just type in Latinas Change the World shirt. Okay guys, now that I have typed that in, we're going to see that this shirt is the first one that pops up, Latinas Change the World. So as I scroll down a little bit, it looks like all of these are the same person. So that would let me know that this is a good niche to go into. Obviously there's demand for it because the shirt has been selling. Right now the rank says 563 when I'm using this little tool. And this will also load the estimated sales for the last 90 days. It'll give you the sales rank in different categories, and it'll also tell you if there's any reviews, and it'll give you the ASIN. So if you have the ASIN, that is kind of the identifier with Amazon for each product. You can actually save ASINs with Merch Informer to see how they perform over time, and you can actually use that also to kind of, you know, go back and say, okay, I'm going to find 100 designs, and then I'm going to put all the ASINs in, and then I'm going to use that to create my designs for the week. This would definitely be a design that I would target. I think that it's a really easy design to go into. I already see a lot of ways that I can make the shirt better. You could put it on like a purple shirt with white font. It would definitely stand out next to this one. You could use different kinds of font to cover the whole entire shirt, not just the top area. So there's a lot of things that I would improve with that. My Italian Greyhound tilts its head just like you. I actually have a couple of these that I made, and they are not selling that great, but I think that if you can find certain breeds that are not already crowded, that is a good niche to get into. If you've been on Merch by Amazon very long, you have seen the ramen trend. There's a lot of ramen trends with animals, so they'll basically have an animal, a bowl of ramen, and then a pun. That's a really trendy topic right now. We've got a poster that says hate is a virus and looks like some kind of, kind of hippie, Buddha, whatever you want to call it. Am I perfect? No. Am I trying to be a better person? Also no. This is just like a really common like meme and kind of thing. So you can also take like memes that you see and kind of make them into the shirt design format. I don't recommend putting the actual meme on a shirt, but if you can find a way to incorporate that design, I've seen some of those do pretty well. If you remember whenever there was the girls eating dinner and then the cat eating dinner, I made a bunch of shirts of that. Land of the free because of the brave. This is a very popular phrase. Being a grandma is my jam. So they one thing with these is you can easily change this being a grandma to a bunch of different things. You can put being a teacher, being a mom, being a social worker, being a big sister, being a big brother. You can scale that out. So I would recommend to always think in terms of how can I scale this? How can I use this design to do multiple things? Especially when you're like me and you're trying to fill 20,000 slots, it gets a little bit difficult to figure out new ideas. So to just take one idea and then scale it out is usually the most effective. Here we've got a pastor shirt, and it's got all of the letters of pastor, and then they have the associated words to go with them. So you could really take this and run with it and do any kind of leader in the church. You can go after different religions. You could try and target different people in the church, like pastor, deacon, pastor's wife, choir teacher, whatever you want to go after. Personally, I think that the Christian and church niches are still wide open. There's so many Bible verses, there's so many different parts of the church, there's so many different types of churches that I think that this is an underserved niche. Now this shirt is all over the place, but it's kind of quirky. It just says, I just want to work in my garden and hang out with my chickens. And I think that this is probably, a really targeted phrase as it is, but they've kind of made it look a little bit different. We've got the blue, we've got all these crazy little things all over the place. They're not really centered, they're not really lined up that great, but you can see that with the customer, I don't think it really matters that your shirt is designed to perfection. I think that it's more important that it pulls some kind of emotional strings, and it pulls some kind of thing that makes the customer say, oh, that is me, that is just exactly what I am. And anytime that you can pander to someone's like quirky identity, I feel like they will spend money on it. Okay, classically trained. I don't know what this means, so I'm going to go down and look at the title. So it says pedals, car, guys, gift, funny, 3 pedals. So the 3 pedals thing, I really don't know what that means, guys. So at the same time, I don't really need to know what it means because they have put all of this information in the title. So if I want to go do some research on Amazon, I can do that. I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right. And then there's a quote and it says engineer. So what you want to do with this, you can go into look up all the career fields of people who are a little bit, salty about why they're right. And then you could take this design format and scale that out. Put my thing down, is it worth it, Missy quote. So we've got a Missy Elliott quote. I put my thing down, is fill it and reverse it. Okay, so they've taken the design basically and reversed the text to go along with that. I don't recommend doing this, quite frankly, because it's someone else's intellectual property, but do I think it will get flagged? Probably not, unless Missy Elliott has a team of lawyers who is scanning the internet, and I really doubt that. But that is kind of a cool idea, I guess. Here we've got punk, professional uncle, no kids. I love that. I think it's funny. It's simple. You could expand it. You could make different font choices. There's a lot of those gothic fonts. Planned for today, they've got coffee, a motorcycle, some beer, and looks like some graphic position there. So yeah, I don't know why anyone would wear this willingly. It's really distasteful to me, but you know, simple design. They've got all of the cohesive colors. That's one thing, you want to keep your color palette running along the same line, so they did a good job of that there. Here we've got this like string-like drawing of someone playing an instrument. We've got gifts for trumpeter, jazz music, musician, trumpet. I like that they put trumpeter and trumpet in the title, and they put musician and jazz music. Again, you're not allowed to put gift anymore, but this may just very well be someone who had uploaded that before. Proud to be an Americat. That is a really good design. It's very big. It's very, you know, eye-catching. I think that this would remind me of something that you see in Walmart at like the impulse buy section. Tomorrow isn't promised, cuss them out today. I personally think that that is kind of funny. It's kind of like one of those things that, like, you know, you have those edgy people who want to wear like edgelord shirts. This is definitely that, but it's just kind of a funny phrase. I think I have one that says don't be the bigger person, slash their tires, and that one has sold a couple of times for me. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap up the video. I'm going to show you a couple more designs, but as you can see, this is kind of how I use the tool, and it's not something that's going to be a magic formula for you. You may have to go through several pages until you get enough inspiration to figure out what to make, but as you can see, my strategy is to find the design that I like, that I think I'm qualified enough to make, and that I have a graphic to go with, and then I will see on the Amazon page if there is enough room for me to get into the niche. Like if there's 300 of the design, obviously I'm just not going to be doing that, but if there's only, you know, 50 or 100 designs up, I will usually make a design, especially if I can make it quick enough. We've got a lot of these sloth hiking shirts. I personally probably wouldn't go into that niche just because it's so crowded. We've got a, you know, bald eagle that's looking very patriotic. They put American bald eagle shirt, flag, USA, America, 4th of July. Proud auntie of a 2021 5th grade graduate. It does not get much more specific than that, guys. That is a prime example of how to target a niche. They've targeted the aunt, they've targeted 5th grade graduation, and that is just an easy way to kind of niche down. Pura Vida, Costa Rica, that is a phrase that they say in Costa Rica. Fun fact about me, when I was 17, I went to Costa Rica for 2 weeks, and that is really something that they say. I also think an underserved niche is to create vacation shirts. I don't know why people buy vacation shirts on Amazon instead of buying it where they are going, but I do see a lot of my shirts that are for like vacation spots selling. I've got quite a few of the national parks that have been selling for me. I still call it Comiskey. I don't know what that means, but see, that's another thing that I could get into that I wasn't potentially aware of before making this video. So this is an example of how to use the tool. Again, I will put it in the comment section below, my code for 20% off. You can always get the tool and use it for a month or two and see if you actually like it. For me, I think it's definitely worth it just because I have so many slots to fill, but if you're sort of in the lower tiers, I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing to do. But anyways, hope you liked the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have like some specific subjects for me to research, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll try to make a video to get to them. Anyways, I will catch you in the next one, guys. Take care until then.